All right, y'all, it is time for video, I think 3 or 4, and it's like week 5 or 6 of our sourdough fall baking. So the last 2 weeks, I have not put a video on as far as like sourdough videos. We put plenty of videos on, but the sourdough videos, we have not put any on. The first week, I waited until it was too late to put one on. The second week, if you watch our community page, you know that I messed up. I tried to turn a cinnamon sugar apple cake to sourdough for the series, and it didn't work out. So I will leave a link to that recipe that I was converting, so you can still make it without sourdough if you want. If you want to make it with sourdough, I think it just needed like another cup of flour. I think, but I can't guarantee that it'll still work out. But it tasted really good. So today I'm going to try to do cinnamon sugar muffins. Again, normally with these, I'm converting a recipe, or I have changed a recipe, so it's pretty much an original recipe. So this one I am again converting to sourdough. Hopefully it works out. If you're seeing it, it did work out. So no worries. If the video's on, the recipe's good. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first up, we're gonna take 1/3 cup of butter. Now, if you're using the store-bought butter, has it marked on the package, but it's like 6.5 tablespoons, give or take. Then we're also going to do 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm gonna add a little bit more in there because I know that scoop says it's a 1/2 cup, but it normally is a little under. And then we're gonna cream that together. It'll take quite a few minutes. Next, we're gonna add 1 egg. Now, as always, I am using a duck egg, but chicken eggs work too. Now we're just gonna stir that in really good. Next up, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Also going to stir that in. Now I have been noticing that some of my chicken eggs have been so orange from their winter diet, and that tends to be the case, is that they're turning some of my food orange, like bread. That seems to be the worst, is the bread. All right, next we're gonna set this bowl aside for a few minutes, and we're gonna take our 2 cups of flour, a couple teaspoons of cinnamon, not too much, a couple teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and we're just gonna stir all that in together nicely. So this is what's gonna give it those fall flavors. And then before we stir this in, I wanna bring this back, and I wanna add 1/2 cup of sourdough discard. So pretty much unfed sourdough, like it's ready to be fed right now, and pretty much you're about to take your discards out to throw them away and feed them. Those discards are what you want to use in your baking. So I'm going to add 1/2 cup. You can adjust this, but just keep in mind that you also will probably need to adjust the amount of flour that you use in the recipe. So this sourdough starter culture we got from Cultures for Health, and I'll leave it linked down below. Highly recommend it. It's been a great starter. All right, so here's what it looks like with the starter all mixed in. Don't forget to feed your sourdough starter now. And we're gonna alternate now between adding our flour mixture and 1/2 cup of milk. I am using raw milk, but I don't think the pasteurized milk will make too much of a difference. So we're just gonna go ahead and add a little flour mixture, stir it in, a little milk. We're just going to keep doing that until we're out of both. So I probably ended up using a cup of milk. So just keep that in mind. We're going to change the recipe from 1/2 cup of milk to 1 cup of milk, because that is much, much better. Now let's fill up our muffin tins, and right here, these are the baking cups that we use. I will leave them linked down below. All right, now we're gonna bake these at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clean. They're all done baking. They look so good. Look at that. They all came out really, really nice, but that's not even the best part yet. We still need to top them. So here I have melted butter, and this is just the rest of the stick that I didn't use in the batter. I didn't want to melt too much. And you're just gonna dip your muffin top in the melted butter, like this. And these are still hot, or they're just cool enough for me to touch, really. Then in that cinnamon sugar mixture, so that is probably about half a cup of sugar and like a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. Look at that. So beautiful. That's probably going to be my favorite part right there. Let's do the rest of these. All right, y'all, there they are. So beautiful. I think it's time to eat some. Okay, take it out of the paper, Daniel. John, help him.
There you go, he's got it.
Okay, now bite it.
Look at Brookie. Look at Brookie.
Oh.
What do you think?
Good.
Good?
Hi.
What do you think?
Very good. Excellent.
Can you tell they have sourdough in them?
Nope. Can't even tell.
You're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it.
You lost a piece.
I don't know.